According to IDEC Sport, ex-Formula One driver Logan Sargeant has decided not to compete with them this season in the European Le Mans Series. Sargeant was set to drive the number 18 LMP2 prototype alongside Jamie Chadwick and Matthias Javier as well. Now, IDEC Sport says that Sargeant is stepping away from the sport to pursue other interests and wishes him the best in his future endeavours. In his post-F1 life, this could have been a great opportunity for Sargeant to get his racing career back on track in sports car racing, competing for overall wins and potentially be in line to become a factory driver for the Genesis Magma Racing squad. However, at the time of our live broadcast, Sargeant hasn't put out any official statements to give us some more clarity on this situation. Several years ago, Sargeant's had an older brother named Dalton Sargeant who was trying to make a career in NASCAR. Dalton won 4 times in the Arca Menards series and finished second in points in the 2017. When 2018 rolled around, Dalton got a full-time ride in the NASCAR Craftsman's Truck Series, but didn't complete the full entire season. After Dalton ran his final Truck Series race in 2018, he stepped away from motorsports completely and dropped off the radar. Photo courtesy there of Maya Shank Racing. Kobe, starting with you on this, but though, what did you make of this new development regarding the future of Logan Sargeant's racing career?
To be honest, I don't really know what to make of it. The only thing we got is that short little statement from his, I guess now ex LMP2 team in the European Le Mans Series, and that was it. All it said that he's just stepping away from the sport. I actually want a little bit more clarity on that. I was hoping by the time of our show that Logan would put out a statement on his Instagram or on his website, but we've heard absolutely nothing from Logan. I appreciate it at some point that he come out and clarify, what does it mean stepping away from the sport? Does it mean I'm stepping away from the sport for now, to focus on other areas of my life? Or is this stepping away from the sport like I'm done, I'm retired, I'm going to go on into a different adventure outside of motorsports? And you mentioned his brother Dalton Sargeant. I remember watching Dalton when he was coming up in stock cars, thought he had a lot of potential, did really well in the Arca Menards series, and then moved up to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. And then he obviously had, your traditional rookie season of highs and lows, and he definitely had some highs. I thought if he had got another year in the Truck Series, he could do some really great things in NASCAR. But we saw him not even complete his rookie season, as you mentioned. And then Dalton Sargeant just fell completely off of the NASCAR radar, and we haven't seen Dalton Sargeant enter another NASCAR race, in several years, or even hear about him racing in absolutely anything. So I wonder, based on what we've know so far about the Logan Sargeant situation, could he be following the path of Dalton Sargeant, his brother, and just completely stepping away from motorsports? Yeah, and like you were saying, Josh, at the time of our broadcast, nothing on Logan Sargeant's website about this, and nothing from his social media handle. So it's honestly just a big mystery of what's going on with Logan Sargeant. When it was announced that he pulled out from this opportunity in the LMP2 class in the European Le Mans Series, I thought, given the rumors about Connor Daly's sponsorship situation at Juntos Hollinger Racing, I immediately thought, I said, could Logan Sargeant potentially be going to the IndyCar Series to replace Daly if, the sponsorship with Polka Dot, doesn't work out? I thought that would be a natural fit for him. But when they're talking about stepping away from the sport, that was kind of cryptic there. So I kind of, like I said, kind of want a little bit more clarity on that situation. But yeah, I actually looked at his website right before, 1 hour before we come on the air tonight. And strangely enough, last week on his website, they were talking about the European Le Mans Series, and it seemed like just as late as last week, he was committed. They were talking about like all the different tracks and like what Logan would be doing in 2025. And then you see an article on racer.com saying he's canceled his 2025 racing plans altogether. So your guess is as good as mine. We'll continue to follow this situation here at Grit Network, and if we get an update on in the future, we'll definitely talk about it here on the Grit Tonight show.
Yeah, hopefully Logan puts something out before next Wednesday and we can follow up on it. He hasn't tweeted anything since the 1st of December 2023, so it's been a while. Just looking at his kind of racing history, in 2020, of course, the COVID year, he came third in Formula 3 with Prema, was in the fight for the championship all the way down to the final weekend. Then in 2021, he dovetailed a Formula 2 championship sort of part season with some races in the European Le Mans Series and won twice. So when this was announced that he was going to be doing this, I was right. He's already got experience with the championship and the car, relatively speaking, the car, a different team it will be. This is a great thing. And we talked about it, but I think before Christmas, just after Christmas, when Jamie Chadwick was announced to be his teammate. Great. That's a great move. That's going to be a cool team to watch, see how they progress. And now it's all finished, perhaps. Well, the other two drivers will be there. They're interesting to see who they find to replace Logan. Former British Formula 3 champion and Le Mans winner Nick Manassian is the team boss at IDEC Sport. So he's got plenty of contacts around the paddocks. So it'll be interesting to see who they can find to replace Logan. But as you say, KB, perhaps there's more to this story than meets the eye, and he has been touted to go elsewhere and pick up a ride maybe back in the North American market rather than in Europe. So interesting one to follow that. And as you say, we'll bring any more news on it when and if we get something.